دعوا للرحمن ولدا وما ينبغي للرحمن أن يتخذ ولدا إن كل من في السماوات والأرض إلا آتي الرحمن عبدا لقد أحصاهم وعدهم عدا وكلهم آتيه يوم القيامة فردا إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات سيجعل لهم الرحمن ودا فإنما يسرناه بلسانك لتبشر به المتقين وتنذر به قوما لدا وكم أهلكنا قبلهم من قرن هل تحس منهم من أحد أو تسمع لهم ركزا صدق الله العظيم.
ما شاء الله. جزاक अल्लाह. शुक्रिया. जज़ाक अल्लाह बेटे. हैं माशाअल्लाह. बहुत अच्छा पढ़ा हमें जस्सान ने. बेचारे को साइनस का प्रॉब्लम है. रात को सोते वक्त भी बहुत तकलीफ होती है. दुआ करो अल्लाह उसको शिफा दे. बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम. नहमदुहु व नुसल्ली अला रसूलिहिल करीम. अम्मा बाद. Short tafseer. What did we read today? Surah Bani Israel, Surah Isra, Surah Al-Kahf, Surah Maryam, and Surah Taha. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam would often read Surah Bani Israel before going to sleep. Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam encouraged us to read Surah Kahf every Friday. He said, whoever reads Surah Kahf on Friday, a special noor will shine in his heart until the following Friday. That noor will guide him towards truth. Surah Maryam, Surah Taha, Nabi Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala recited these two surahs in front of the angels 50,000 years before the world was created. तो कितनी बड़ी सूरतें हैं, अजीम सूरत. All four surahs, great surahs. All four surahs, Makki surahs. And you know what Makki surahs are about. Surah Bani Israel starts with the incident of Isra Mi'raj. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Subhanallazi asra bi'abdihi laylan min al-masjidil harami ila al-masjidil aqsa. Alladhi barakna hawlahu. لنريه من آياتنا إنه هو السميع البصير. पाक है वो खुदा जो अपने खास बंदे को रातों रात ले गया मस्जिद हराम से मस्जिद अक्सा तक. वो मस्जिद अक्सा जिसके इर्द गिर्द हमने खूब बरकतें रखी हैं ताकि हम उसको अपनी कुछ निशानियां और साइंस दिखाएं. बेशक अल्लाह सब कुछ सुनने वाला है, सब कुछ देखने वाला है. ये इस आयत का तर्जुमा है. Why did Allah start with Subhan? Because when you feel something is strange but is related to Allah, then what are you supposed to say? Subhanallah. So you feel that this journey is ajib, it's surprising. Don't be surprised. Don't question the qudrat of Allah. Say Subhanallah. Subhanallah. Paak hai wo khuda. His qudrat, ability, power is out of question. It's unlimited. Subhanallah. Asra bi abdihi. Asra yusri isra'an. जब बा के साथ आए तो उसके माना फिजिकली रात को ले जाना, ड्रीम नहीं, विजन नहीं. फअस्री बिइबादी लैलन, रातों रात फिजिकली ले गए मस्जिद हराम से मस्जिद अक्सा. ओ भाई, stop messing around. Either go out or come in, sit down, don't mess around. Linuriyahu min ayatina. Allah wanted to show him signs. Innahu was Samiul Basir. We covered the incident story of Mi'raj in Rajab. Listen to that talk on YouTube. Allah Pak then went on to say, Wa'atayna Musa al-Kitab. Because Musa alayhi salam was there, Huzur met him in Masjid Aqsa. وَجَعَلْنَاهُ هُدًى. His kitab was Azim, Hudan li Bani Israel. And Zurriyata man hamalna ma'a Nuh. You are all children of those whom we carried on the ship with Nuh alayhi salam. Innahu kana abdan shakura. Nuh alayhi salam was an abd shakur. وَآتَيْنَا مُوسَى الْكِتَابَ وَجَعَلْنَاهُ هُدًى لِبَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ أَلَّا تَتَّخِذُوا مِن دُونِي وَكِيلًا. आगे फिर मस्जिद अक्सा के बारे में फरमाया, मस्जिद अक्सा बहुत, there will be turmoils, ups and downs. Bani Israel will get control, they will lose control, again they will get control. If they lose control again, and if they don't behave, then Allah's pakar will come upon them. Allah could seize them. Therefore, Bani Israel, be careful. अभी भी बनी इसराइल वहां है, सुधर नहीं रहे हैं. अल्लाह की पकड़ का इंतजार कर रहे हैं. अल्लाह के यहाँ देर है, अंधेर नहीं है. अल्लाह पाक तरतीब से सब काम करते हैं. अल्लाह पाक मस्जिद अक्सा की हिफाजत करे, वहां वालों पर रहम करे और जुल्म करने वालों के हाथ को जुल्म से रोक दे. इसके बाद अल्लाह ने जब मूसा की किताब का जिक्र किया था तो फिर इन्न हाज़ल कुरान यहदी लिल्लती ही अक़वम, कुरान का तज़किरा किया, कुरान की सिफात कुछ बयान की है. कुरान बशीर भी है, नज़ीर भी है. इसके बाद अल्लाह ने कहा वयदुल इंसानु बिश्शर्रि दुआहु बिल खैर व कानल इंसानु अजूला. इंसान बहुत जल्दबाज है. He rushes, he wants everything quickly. Sometimes he makes baddua on himself as well. You shouldn't do that. Keep calm. इसमें बीच में अल्लाह ने एक बात ये भी कही, वला तज़िरु वाज़िरतुम विज़रा उख़रा. One person will not take upon himself the sin of others. Everyone will come with their own sins. Worry about yourselves. Turn to Allah. Do tawbah istighfar. If you don't do that, then what's going to happen? وَإِذَا أَرَدْنَا أَن نُهْلِكَ قَرْيَةً أَمَرْنَا مُتْرَفِيهَا فَفَسَقُوا فِيهَا فَحَقَّ عَلَيْهَا الْقَوْلُ فَدَمَّرْنَاهَا تَدْمِيرًا. When the sins of people exceed the limits and we decide to finish them off, then the ayyash, aish parast, the luxurious people, those who are having a lavish lifestyle, they are told to increase their fisq and fujur. And when the fisq and fujur and zina and sharab and liwatat and kufr and shirk and fahsha and munkar goes beyond limits, that's when Allah's paqr comes. فَحَقَّ عَلَيْهَا الْقَوْلُ فَدَمَّرْنَاهَا تَدْمِيرًا. Look at the previous nations. وَكَمْ أَهْلَكْنَا مِنَ الْقُرُونِ مِنْ بَعْدِ نُوحٍ وَكَفَى بِرَبِّكَ بِذُنُوبِ عِبَادِهِ خَبِيرًا بَصِيرًا. Therefore, مَنْ كَانَ يُرِيدُ الْعَاجِلَةَ, don't fall for the dunya. Dunya is nothing. وَمَنْ أَرَادَ الْآخِرَةَ وَسَعَى لَهَا سَعْيَهَا. Your aim should be your akhirat. You should be striving for that. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you. in dunya as well and in akhirat as well. After this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala started وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. In the following two rukus, 14 instructions are given regarding social life. First right is of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ أَلَّا تَعْبُدُوا إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ. Worship Allah alone. हजरत मौलाना अहमद अली लाहौरी की एक बात याद आ गई, बहुत जबरदस्त मुफस्सिर कुरान थे। फरमाते थे अगर मैं ट्रेन में जा रहा हूं, एक पांव बाहर है, दूसरा पांव ट्रेन पर है, ट्रेन उठने वाली है, कोई मुझे पूछे कुरान का खुलासा बयान करो, तो मैं वहीं खड़े खड़े उसको पूरे कुरान का खुलासा बयान कर दूं। Do you understand what I said? I'll give him the summary of the whole Quran. The whole Quran is इबादत अल्लाह की, इताअत रसूल की और खिदमत मखलूक की, बस. This is all the Quran is saying. Ibadat and worship should be for Allah alone, and itaat and obedience should be to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam as it should be. And for the makhluk around you, khidmat, service, serve the makhluk, keep the makhluk happy around you, your parents, your grandparents, your siblings, your uncles, aunties, nephews, nieces, those who are your relatives around you, do their khidmat. This is what Quran is saying. Over here as well. After Allah ta'budu illa iyyah wa bil walidaini ihsana. फिर वालिदैन के हुकूक यहाँ बहुत खोल कर बयान किए. Rights of parents. Allah said ला तकुल लहुमा उफ. वालिदैन के सामने उफ भी नहीं बोलने का. उफ, ये क्या कर दिया? ज्यादा दूर की बात. ओए यार जॉब माम, Dad, why you doing this? Mom, why you doing that? ये तो बहुत दूर की बात है. That's even worse. The lightest word of rebuke is uff. Oh, what did you do? Why this? But Allah said, don't even do that. Whatever your mom, your dad says, amanna saddaqna. Whether you like it or you don't like it. But your mom said it, your dad said it, they know better than you. You have to do exactly what they tell you to do. This is وَلَا تَقُلْ لَهُمَا أُفٍّ وَلَا تَنْهَرْهُمَا وَقُلْ لَهُمَا قَوْلًا كَرِيمًا وَاخْفِضْ لَهُمَا جَنَاحَ الذُّلِّ مِنَ الرَّحْمَةِ. You know, रहमत से wings of mercy spread कर देना उनके लिए, अपने आप को बिछा देना उनके सामने. मुतवाज़े, humbleness, humility, bring that in you. And not only that, وَقُلْ رَبِّ ارْحَمْهُمَا كَمَا رَبَّيَانِي صَغِيرًا. After every namaz, do this dua. Sufyan ibn Uyayna said, Allah said, Anishkur li wa liwalidayk. Do my shukr and do shukr of your parents. He said, if a person prays 5 times a day, he's done shukr of Allah. And he makes dua for his parents after 5 namazes, he's done shukr of the parents. Anishkur li wa liwalidayk. Shukr of Allah, 5 namaz, shukr of parents, Rabbi Rahmhuma after every namaz. And then Allah mentioned وَآتِ ذَا الْقُرْبَ حَقَّهُ وَالْمِسْكِينَ وَابْنَ السَّبِيلِ وَلَا تُبَذِّرْ تَبْذِيرًا. And then وَلَا تَجْعَلْ يَدَكَ مَغْلُولَةً إِلَىٰ عُنُقِكَ. Do not be stingy, miserly. وَلَا تَبْسُطْهَا كُلَّ الْبَسْطِ. Do not overspend. Allah said before, إِنَّ الْمُبَذِّرِينَ كَانُوا إِخْوَانَ الشَّيَاطِينَ. Those who are extravagant and overspenders, they are friends of shaitan. Don't be friend of shaitan. Stay within your limits. अपनी जरूरत के बकदर जितनी चादर हो उतना ही पांव फैलाओ, उससे ज्यादा खर्च मत करो. फजूल खर्ची अच्छी चीज नहीं है. उसके बाद वला तक़तुलू औलादकुम खश्यत इम्लाक वला तक़रबुज़ ज़िना वला तक़तुलुन नफ़्स अल्लती हर्रमल्लाहु इल्ला बिल हक़ वला तक़रबू मालल यतीम इल्ला बिल्लती हिय अहसन वअऊफू बिल अहद इन्नल अहद कान मस्ऊला वअऊफुल कैल इज़ा किल्तुम वज़िनू बिल क़िस्तासिल मुस्तक़ीम. Beautiful instructions for social life. After this, Allah goes back to the topic of Quran's haqqaniyat, akhirat, Ba'as Ba'd al-Maut. Mushrikeen said, How is Allah going to bring us back to life after we've become bones, we've decomposed? There's nothing there. You open a grave after 6 months, there's nothing there. Even the bones disappear, the earth consumes everything. How is Allah going to bring us back to life? Allah said, قُلْ كُونُوا حِجَارَةً أَوْ حَدِيدًا أَوْ خَلْقًا مِمَّا يَكْبُرُ فِي صُدُورِكُمْ فَسَيَقُولُونَ مَنْ يُعِيدُنَا قُلِ الَّذِي فَطَرَكُمْ أَوَّلَ مَرَّةٍ. Let alone being dissolved, become a creation which is solid, like a stone or metal or anything which you think is impossible to recreate. Allah will recreate you. That being who made you first time, He will make you second time as well. And then وَقُلْ لِعِبَادِي يَقُولُ الَّتِي هِيَ أَحْسَنُ. Mushrikeen, they keep abusing you, insulting you. But mere bando, you stay calm with them. Speak in the most fitting manner. किसी के साथ भी बात करो, soft, gentle approach इख्तियार करो. क्योंकि if you start fighting, arguing, then inna shaytana yanzaghu bainahum. Shaitan comes in between and he gets a buzz out. He'll sting both of you and stir it up more. Inna shaytana kana lil insani aduwwan mubina. Allah then goes on to mention some more hidayat. وَإِذْ قُلْنَا لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ اسْجُدُوا لِآدَمَ فَسَجَدُوا إِلَّا إِبْلِيسَ. Iblis ने सीधा नहीं किया था, उसका कुछ हाल बयान किया. Allah kicked him out of Jannah. When he was kicked out, he said, I'm going to use various tools to mislead the children of Adam and his progeny. Allah said, go on, do whatever you want. وَاسْتَفْزِزْ مَنِ اسْتَطَعْتَ مِنْهُمْ بِصَوْتِكَ وَأَجْلِبْ عَلَيْهِمْ بِخَيْلِكَ وَرَجِلِكَ وشاركهم في الأموال والأولاد وعيدهم وما يعيدهم الشيطان إلا غرورا. Instigate them with your voice. You know what is voice of shaitan? Music, songs. Allah says, go, use your music. However you want to instigate them and urge them to do things. Whatever you do, that's deception. If they मेरे बंदे मुझे कहेंगे अल्लाह मेरी तौबा मुझे माफ कर दे, everything gone, wiped out, finished. Whole life sins will be forgiven. 70, 80-year-old kafir with sincerity say La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, all his kufar and shirk and zina and bad deeds all washed away. If he dies next day, he is Jannati without praying namaz. So Allah said, Iblis, you can do what you like. They are my bande. I will deal with them. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us some hidayat. يَوْمَ نَدْعُو كُلَّ أُنَاسٍ بِإِمَامِهِمْ about day of Qiyamah. From aqimi salat, Allah gives us hidayat that namaz barabar padho. Pancho namaz. Pray your namaz properly, bhai. Why you skip namaz? Why you miss namaz? You should have shauq of namaz. Not only farz, you should have shauq of nafil. You should have shauq of tahajjud, ishraq, chash, awwabin, salatul tasbih, sunnati muakkada, sunnati ghair muakkada, nafil. You should love namaz. Whenever you get free time, just do your wuzu, stand before Allah, start talking to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Man mithluka yabna Adam. خُلِّيَ بَيْنَكَ وَبَيْنَ الْمَاءِ وَالْمِحْرَابِ كُلَّمَا شِئْتَ دَخَلْتَ عَلَى اللَّهِ. Arey Ibn Adam, who can be like you? You are so lucky, so fortunate. There's the water and there's the musalla. Whenever you want to speak to Allah, use the water, wuzu, spread the musalla and talk to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You are in His courtyard. You don't need to make an appointment, wait for weeks and months to get to the king. He is a king of all kings, but you can get to Him wherever you want without an appointment. So namaz is namaz. Allah mentions some hidayat. And this is how Surah moves on. وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الرُّوحِ रूह के बारे में सवाल, उसकी हकीकत, कुरान की हक़ानियत, कुल इन इज्तमाअतिल इंसु वल जिन ला यअतून बिमिस्लिही, और some hidayat about akhirat. And then Surah comes to a close on the beautiful verse of Allah's sifat. قُلِ ادْعُوا اللَّهَ وَادْعُوا الرَّحْمَنَ أيما تدعو فله الأسماء الحسنى ولا تجهر بصلاتك ولا تخافت بها وابتغ بين ذلك سبيلا وقل الحمد لله الذي لم يتخذ ولدا ولم يكن له شريك في الملك ولم يكن له ولي من الذل وكبره تكبيرا. Allah is Allah, He is Rahman. You can say Ya Allah and you can say Ya Rahman, they're both the same. Mushrikeen said they're both different, two gods. No, एक खुदा और दो अलग अलग नाम, दो नाम नहीं, 99 नाम है अल्लाह के. इसका मतलब 99 गॉड्स नहीं, एक आदमी की कई सिफात होती हैं. अब ये हाफिज भी हैं, आलिम भी हैं, कारी भी हैं, मुफ्ती भी हैं, शेखुल हदीस भी है, इंजीनियर भी है, डॉक्टर भी है. तो एक आदमी कितनी सिफात? सेम हियर. So Allah said, magnify Him, praise Him. This is how Surah Bani Israel comes to a close. Surah Kahf, Allah mentions 4 stories. Ashab Kahf story, the millionaire wealthy man and his poor brother's story, Musa alayhi salam and Khizr alayhi salam story, and Zulqarnain and his travels. In the 4 stories, Allah is teaching us some lessons. With Ashab Kahf, their faith was tested. Their iman was tested. They protected their faith. They had ghayrat-e imaniyya. They were forced to worship idols. But they said, no, idol worship is wrong. We don't want to worship any idols. We're going to worship one another, Allah. لن ندعو من دونه إلها لقد قلنا إذا شططا هؤلاء قوم اتخذوا من دونه آلهة لولا يأتون عليهم بسلطان بين فمن أظلم ممن افترى على الله كذبا. We're not going to worship multiple gods. Allah is one. We're going to worship Him alone. A warrant was sent out in their names. Pakdo ingo, maro, kill them. And they had to run for their lives. They fled their hometown and they ran and ran and ran in the darkness of night. And then they climbed on a mountain, fell asleep because they were tired. Allah put them to sleep for over 300 years and woke them back up after 300 years. Allah showed the world that Allah can keep a person alive without food and drink, without any nourishment. And Allah can protect their bodies from the earth consuming them. Allah mentioned that story. Long story. The lesson behind that is that, my young friends, you should have that protective ghayrat about your iman. Don't let anyone attack your iman. In your schools, the RE is not to teach you religion, is to take your religion away from you. Is to say that there is no religion. Hindu, Buddhist, Christian, Yahudi, Muslim, it's all na'uz billah, bogus. Objection, why this, why that, in this religion, and this religion, that's what that means. Everybody, all religions are false. That is the purpose of RE. So make sure your mind is not confused by studying those subjects. Be like Ashab Kahf. Protect your deen, protect your iman. Second story about that millionaire and his poor brother is about wealth. The millionaire, وَضْرِبْ لَهُمْ مَثَلَ الرَّجُلَيْنِ جَعَلْنَا لِأَحَدِهِمَا جَنَّتَيْنِ مِنْ أَعْنَابٍ وَحَفَفْنَاهُمَا بِنَخْلٍ. He was a millionaire. Oh, he had a lavish lifestyle. Oh, mansion, gardens, fruits, hundreds of workers working for him, attendants, slaves. He had so much. His brother came, said, can you help me a little bit? I'm not going to help you. Go away from here. You are a stupid fool. You wasted all your money. You gave it all in sadaqah. You should have invested it like I did. The brother said, I don't do this, don't say that. Allah gave you all this. Oh, Allah never gave me all this. It's my own hard work, my mehnat, my effort. I earned it. Don't say this by Allah could send an azab on it. What azab? No azab is going to come here. I'm going to live like this forever. I've got so much. It's not going to fade away. However, following day, exactly that happened which his poor brother had said it. Allah's azab came in the form of tornado and a hurricane, and all his mansion was destroyed, all the bagh was destroyed, his slaves and attendants were gone, his millions were gone, and he was poor miskeen, begging like others, and he was regretting what he had said. Ya laytani lam ushrik bi rabbi ahada. And because of this, after that, وَضْرِبْ لَهُمْ مَثَلَ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا, दुनियावी जिंदगानी, दुनिया की जिंदगानी क्या है? दुनिया की जिंदगानी कुछ नहीं. ये दुनिया ये फानी है महबूब तुझको, हुई वाह क्या चीज मरगूब तुझको, समझ लेना अब चाहिए खूब तुझको, नहीं अक्ल इतनी भी मजजूब तुझको, जगह जी लगाने की दुनिया नहीं है, ये इबरत की जा है तमाशा नहीं है. यही तुझको धुन है रहूं सबसे बाला, हो जीनत निराली हो फैशन निराला, जिया करता है क्या यूं ही मरने वाला, तुझे हुस्ने जाहिर ने धोखे में डाला, जगह जी लगाने की दुनिया नहीं है, ये इबरत की जा है तमाशा नहीं है. अल्लाह ने कहा अल मालु वल बनून जीनतुल हयातिद दुनिया वल बाकियातुस सालिहात खैरुन इंद रब्बिका सवाबन व खैरुन अमला. बाकी रहने वाले नेक अमल उम्मीद के एतबार से भी, you have lots of hope in them and they will bring lots of sawab as well. And to explain this, Allah mentioned a few more points, and then the third story of Musa and Khazir. This story is about ilm, knowledge. Musa alayhi salam had proud on his ilm. He was the greatest alim on earth at the time. But when he was asked, he referred that ilm to himself. He should have referred it to Allah. When he was asked, Man a'lamun nas, who is the most knowledgeable person? He should have said, Allah is the most knowledgeable. He said, I am the most knowledgeable. Allah did not like this I, me. Allah doesn't like that. फौरन मूसा अलैहिस्सलाम की इस्लाह कर दी. अरे मूसा, तुझसे ज्यादा इल्म वाला एक बंदा है हमारा. मूसा अलैहिस्सलाम को फौरन तनब्बुह हुआ. My mistake. Allah, my mistake. I'm sorry. Where is that banda? I want to go and learn from him. Allah said, okay, these are the signs, go. He went, met him, and they went around. He learned few things from him. Nice. But he couldn't keep up with him. That banda Khazir was on another level. Musa alayhi salam was another level. So they couldn't merge together. Musa alayhi salam is sahib shariat. He's got ilm shariat. And Khazir alayhi salam is like the angels. He's got the ilm takwini. Kainat ka ilm. What to do. Things in the kainat. So Allah tells him to do things like an angel would do it, he would do it. Just the farq is, instead of angel, human is doing it. Like taking the soul out, Malakul Maut does it. But Allah told him to take it out. That was his special ilm, which Allah had given him. So Musa alayhi salam found it contradicting. They couldn't get on. Musa alayhi salam said, sorry, Khuda Hafiz, and he left. And he explained the reality of the three events. This is to say, my friend, you have ilm, be humble. You are a scientist, engineer, doctor, consultant. You are the most knowledgeable person. You are the alim, mufti, shaykhul hadith, allama. But don't feel I am the greatest. Nobody is bigger than me. Always be humble. The more knowledge you get, the more humble you should get. Knowledge should bring in you humility. This is the lesson. Fourth lesson is from Zulqarnain's story. He was a king. He had everything under his feet. He's one of those who rule the whole world. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told his story, and then Allah said, Zulqarnain, in spite of having that power, he was adil, just, fair. He treated everyone equally. Everyone was same to him. He would not discriminate against anyone. He would treat everyone equally and fairly. So if you are in a position of power, president, prime minister, you are in a position of authority, then you should deal with everyone equally and fairly. No favoritism, no racism, no asabiyat. Everybody should be same for you, like Zulqarnain used to treat everyone fairly and equally and nicely. These are some lessons which Allah taught us in Surah Al-Kahf. And then at the end, Allah said, قل لو كان البحر مدادا لكلمات ربي لنفد البحر قبل أن تنفد كلمات ربي ولو جئنا بمثله مددا. This is the ilm of Allah, and Allah's ilm has no limit. Even the water of the ocean will have limit, but Allah's ilm has no limits. If in another place Allah said, all the trees of the earth were turned into pens, and all the water of the oceans was turned into ink, and Allah's ilm is noted down, writing, the pens would finish, the ink would dry out, but Allah's ilm would still not finish. This is just a little bit of some nasihat, advice, in a beautiful manner which Allah is giving you. Therefore, Inna alladhina amanu wa amilu salihat, believe in Allah, do the right amal, because kanat lahum jannatul firdausi nuzula khalidina fiha la yabghun anha hiwala. And then Allah said, فَمَنْ كَانَ يَرْجُو لِقَاءَ رَبِّهِ فَلْيَعْمَلْ عَمَلًا صَالِحًا وَلَا يُشْرِكْ بِعِبَادَةِ رَبِّهِ أَحَدًا. Amal salih with ikhlas and sincerity will take you to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You will meet Allah. Allah will reward you for your actions. So this is how the beautiful Surah Al-Kahf comes to a close. And then Surah Maryam. Only one woman's name is mentioned in the Quran, Maryam alayhi salam. No other woman is mentioned by name in the Quran. Allah revealed the whole surah in her name. This is to say that she is not Allah's wife, na'uz billah. And Isa alayhi salam is not Allah's son, na'uz billah. Because in the Arab custom, it was taken as something bad to mention your wife's name in a majlis. They would not mention the wife's name ever. It was really bad. And they would say Ishara, like for example, Ahmad, the mother of Ahmad, or Ibrahim, or Musa, words like that. Musa, Quran said, وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَىٰ Musa. And then So Allah doesn't mention names. But one woman's name is mentioned, especially for this point. Whole surah is mentioned. Allah mentions the story of Zakaria alayhi salam, Yahya alayhi salam's wiladat, Maryam alayhi salam, and Isa alayhi salam's wiladat, and Ibrahim alayhi salam, and Musa alayhi salam, Ismail alayhi salam, Idris alayhi salam. Allah said they were all prophets of Allah. And they used to humble to Allah. And the whole creation is Allah's. Why would Allah need a son? Why do you say Allah has a son? Son of God, na'uz billah, don't say that. It's bad. Allah hates it. It's a preposterous claim. Allah has a son. In the last ruku which Hafiz Hassan recited, Allah Pak gets really angry on those who say he has son. وَقَالُوا اتَّخَذَ الرَّحْمَنُ وَلَدًا لَقَدْ جِئْتُمْ شَيْئًا إِدَّا. अरे बड़ी भोंदी और बेजा हरकत कर दी तुमने. तकादु السماوات يتفطرن منه وتنشق الأرض وتخر الجبال هدا. When you make this claim, the skies want to split asunder. फट पड़ने को जी चाहता है, जमीन भी चाहती है फट पड़े और तुमको swallow कर ले. When you say this, पहाड़ चाहते हैं कि गिर पड़े. The mountains want to come down on you, mount landslide, and bury you beneath it when you make this claim. And دعوا للرحمن ولدا وما ينبغي للرحمن أن يتخذ ولدا إن كل من في السماوات والأرض إلا آتي الرحمن عبدا لقد أحصاهم وعدهم عدا وكلهم آتيه يوم القيامة فردا. हाय हाय, अल्लाह की शान है, अजीब शान है. अल्लाह एक है. बोलो कुल हुवल्लाहु अहद अल्लाहुस समद लम यलिद वलम यूलद वलम यकुन लहू कुफुवन अहद. Allah is Allah. And then Surah Taha. Surah Taha, most of Surah Taha is covering the story of Musa alayhi salam. Allah loves Musa alayhi salam. Allah talks about him so much. So in here, Allah first mentions his Quran's haqqaniyat, tawheed, and how Musa alayhi salatu wasalam was returning from Madian after 10 years with his wife who was pregnant. It was a cold, chilly night. They lost the road. In the darkness, they took the wrong turn, ended up in no man's land. And they had no light, no torch, no fire to check. Now they are bewildered. They camp at one place, and Musa alayhi salam sees some light on a mountain. So he says to his wife and whoever was with him, you stay here. There looks like some light. There might be someone there who's lighting the fire. Perhaps I can ask him the road, GPS, Tom, or perhaps I can bring some light so you can also heat up with that light. So because his wife is pregnant, she can't climb on the mountain. He left her there and then he climbed on the mountain. As he approached that light, he saw that there's nobody there. No man, no human being. And he saw that there is a tree and around it is fire. And the fire is not burning the tree. The tree is intact and the fire is also burning. And the color of that fire is amazing, as ajib, surprising, is full of nur and light. So as he was beholding that, scene, suddenly the voice comes from the unseen, echoing, and Musa alayhi salam hears that voice. Ya Musa, inni ana rabbuka fakhla'na alayk, innaka bil wadi al-muqaddasi tuwa. Innani ana Allah, la ilaha illa ana, fa'budni wa aqimis salata li dhikri. Hey Musa, I am Allah speaking to you. How did Allah speak? In the manner which befits Allah. Allah makes other creations speak. You hear stories of other creatures speaking. So Allah can speak in the manner which befits Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We don't want to go in that detail. But Allah spoke directly to Musa alayhi salam. Allah didn't speak to any other prophet directly. Through Jibreel alayhi salam, through the medium of Malaika. But Musa alayhi salam, Allah spoke to him directly. He said, Innani ana Allah. Indeed I am Allah. La ilaha illa ana. Fa'budni. Worship me. Wa aqimis salata li dhikri. Inna sa'ata atiyatun nakadu ukhfiha litujza kullu nafsin bima tas'a. Allah said, Wa ana akhtartuka fastami' lima yuha. I have chosen you, selected you. Listen to the wahi attentively and follow my instructions. And the conversation moves on. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri. Allah tells him, throw your staff, turns into a snake. Musa alayhi salam runs from his own mu'jiza. Allah said, don't run, Musa. Grab hold of that snake. He'll turn back to its original state. And Musa alayhi salam holds it and it turns back to the staff. Allah said, this is your mu'jiza. When you go to Fir'aun, you lead it. And Musa, put your hand underneath your armpit and bring it out. It will become shining white like a tube light. And you can see the road in it. And then put it back inside and it will come back to its original state. تخرج بيضاء من غير سوء آية أخرى. لنريك من آياتنا الكبرى اذهب إلى فرعون إنه طغى. And Musa alayhi salam story goes on, and many nasihats in there. And last ruku is also ajib. Allah Pak gives us some nasihat. Our Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, لا تمدن عينيك إلى ما متعنا به أزواجا منهم زهرة الحياة الدنيا لنفتنهم فيه ورزق ربك خير وأبقى وأمر أهلك بالصلاة واصطبر عليها لا نسألك رزقا نحن نرزقك والعاقبة للتقوى. Hi. Tell your family and your wife and your children to pray namaz. Do you tell your family members to pray namaz? कहने का बेटा नमाज पढ़ लो, बेटी नमाज पढ़ लो, न माने फिर भी कहो, रोज कहो, प्यार से कहो, मोहब्बत से कहो, बेटे नमाज में तुम्हारा फायदा है, पढ़ेंगे नमाज, इंशाअल्लाह एक न एक दिन तुम्हारी बात का असर होगा. घर में फजाइल नमाज हजरत शेख की तालीम करो. रब्बी जालनी मुकीमस सलाति मिन ज़ुर्रियती, दुआ मांगो हर नमाज के बाद, अल्लाह तौफीक देंगे, अल्लाह दिल खोलने वाले हैं. अल्लाह पाक ने कहा अपनी ड्यूटी तो पूरी करो, नमाज का हुक्म तो दो उनको, और रोजी की फिक्र न करो. हम नहीं कहते मुझे खाना खिलाओ, मैं तुमको खिलाऊंगा. ला नसअलुका रिज़्क़न नहनु नरज़ुक़ुक वल आक़िबतु लित्तक़वा. Allah then goes on to give some more advice. And then Allah says at the end, قُلْ كُلٌّ مُتَرَبِّصٌ فَتَرَبَّصُوا فَسَتَعْلَمُونَ مَنْ أَصْحَابُ الصِّرَاطِ السَّوِيِّ وَمَنِ اهْتَدَى. Surah Taha comes to a close. So beautiful messages in all the surahs. May Allah give us tawfiq to learn, understand, and put into practice. Now, I've got to go to Makki Masjid. There's some youth bayan there, so I'll leave you to it. Maulana Safan, you come here, read 40 Durood maybe, or those who have come for i'tikaf, okay, they're going to give you some snacks after the program finishes. Then busy yourself in some ibadat or go to sleep. Sleep early, because tomorrow 10 o'clock kids will come for madrasa and you won't be able to sleep. Don't think you're going to sleep till Zohar. No, 10 o'clock kids will wake you up. They'll be jumping around up and down on your head. So 10 o'clock, get up and put your bistaras from the masjid, put them inside there. No, but inside there's going to be class as well. So just put them on the sides neatly. All right, and busy yourself in, because all the rooms, we have all the maktab classes as well tomorrow, so all the rooms will be full with classes. So make sure you go to sleep early tonight, wake up for tahajjud. Sahri will be provided for you inshallah at 4:15, and then Fajr namaz is at 5:10. After Fajr zikr, and after zikr you go to sleep straight away, get up 10 o'clock. And those who have to go to their classes, you go to your classes. And the other mu'takifin who are from outside, they can relax and busy in their ma'amulats. Okay? So this will be scheduled. नहीं, आ जाओ, चल दुरूद पढ़ लो, मजमा खराब ना हो जाए. मैं जाता हूँ. अस्सलाम वालेकुम.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. صغير قرآني. السلام على عبادي الذين اصطفى. السلام على المرسلين. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد وانزل مقام المقرب عندك. اللهم رب هذه الدعوه القائمه والصلاه النافعه صلى على محمد ورضوانه اذا اسقط بعده ابدا. اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك وصل على المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد وبارك على محمد وعلى ال محمد وارحم محمد وعلى محمد كما صليت وباركت ورحمت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما صليت على ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما باركت على ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما صليت على ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد وبارك على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما باركت على ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما صليت على ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما باركت على ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما صليت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. وبارك على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما باركت على ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما صليت على ابراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما باركت على ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما صليت على ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما باركت على ابراهيم كما باركت على ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما صليت على ابراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما باركت على ابراهيم في العالمين انك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وازواجه وذريته كما صليت على ابراهيم وبارك على محمد وازواجه وذريته كما باركت على ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ازواجه وذريته كما صليت على ابراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى ازواجه وذريته كما باركت على ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد النبي وازواجه امهات المؤمنين وذريته وال بيته كما صليت على ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما صليت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما باركت على ابراهيم وترحم على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما ترحمت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما صليت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما باركت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم ترحم على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما ترحمت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم تحنن على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما تحننت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم سلم على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما سلمت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد وبارك وسلم على محمد وعلى ال محمد وارحم محمد وعلى محمد كما صليت وباركت وترحمت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم في العالمين انك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما صليت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما باركت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك كما صليت على ال ابراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما باركت على ال ابراهيم. اللهم صل على محمد بالامي وعلى ال محمد كما صليت على ابراهيم وبارك على محمد بالامي كما باركت على ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك بالامي وعلى ال محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال محمد صلاه تكون كيدا وله جزاء ولحقه اداء وعاطه الوسيله والفضيله والمقام المحمود الذي وعدته وزي ما هو اهله وزي افضل ما جازيت نبينا قومه ورسوله امته. وصل على جميع اخوانه من النبيين والصالحين يا ارحم الراحمين. اللهم صل على محمد الامي وعلى ال محمد كما صليت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم وبارك على محمد الامي وعلى ال محمد كما باركت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى ال بيته كما صليت على ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم صل علينا معهم. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى ال بيته كما باركت على ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك علينا معهم صلوات الله وصلوات المؤمنين على محمد بالامي. اللهم اجعل صلواتك ورحمتك وبركاتك على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما جعلنا على ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. وبارك على محمد وعلى ال محمد كما باركت على ابراهيم وعلى ال ابراهيم انك حميد مجيد. وصلى الله على النبي الامي. التحيات لله والصلوات والطيبات والسلام عليك ايها النبي ورحمه الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين اشهد ان لا اله الا الله واشهد ان محمدا رسوله. التحيات الطيبات والصلوات لله السلام عليك ايها النبي ورحمه الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين اشهد ان لا اله الا الله واشهد ان محمدا رسوله. التحيات لله الطيبات والصلوات لله السلام عليك ايها النبي ورحمه الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين اشهد ان لا اله الا الله وحده لا شريك له واشهد ان محمدا رسوله. التحيات المباركات والصلوات الطيبات لله السلام عليك ايها النبي ورحمه الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين اشهد ان لا اله الا الله واشهد ان محمدا رسوله. بسم الله بالله تحيات الله والصلوات الطيبات والسلام عليك ايها النبي ورحمه الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين اشهد ان لا اله الا الله واشهد ان محمدا رسوله. اسال الله الجنه واعوذ بالله من النار. التحيات زاكيات لله طيبات الصلوات لله السلام عليك ايها النبي ورحمه الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين اشهد ان لا اله الا الله واشهد ان محمدا رسوله. بسم الله بالله خير اسماء تحيات طيبات الصلوات لله اشهد ان لا اله الا الله وحده لا شريك له واشهد ان محمدا عبده ورسوله. ارسله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا وان الساعه اتت لا ريب فيها. السلام عليك ايها النبي ورحمه الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. اللهم اغفر لي واهدني. اللهم اغفر لنا واهدنا. التحيات الطيبات والصلوات من كل. السلام عليك ايها النبي ورحمه الله وبركاته. بسم الله تحيات الله الصلوات والصلوات لله الزكاه لله السلام على النبي ورحمه الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين شهدت ان لا اله الا الله وشهدت ان محمدا رسول الله. التحيات الطيبات والصلوات والزكاه لله اشهد ان لا اله الا الله وحده لا شريك له وان محمدا رسوله. السلام عليك ايها النبي ورحمه الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. التحيات الطيبات والصلوات والزكاه لله اشهد ان لا اله الا الله واشهد ان محمدا عبد الله ورسوله. السلام عليك ايها النبي ورحمه الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. التحيات والصلوات لله السلام عليك ايها النبي ورحمه الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين. التحيات لله الصلوات الطيبات السلام عليك ايها النبي ورحمه الله. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين اشهد ان لا اله الا الله واشهد ان محمدا رسوله. التحيات المباركات والصلوات الطيبات لله السلام عليك ايها النبي ورحمه الله وبركاته. السلام علينا وعلى عباد الله الصالحين اشهد ان لا اله الا الله واشهد ان محمدا رسول الله. بسم الله والسلام على رسول الله.